It's your lucky day. Today, you're going to get the exact snapshot I use to make over $22,000 per month just helping local business owners get Google reviews, and you're going to get it for free. You can see, here's me up on stage at high level receiving my reward. Here's a screenshot of how much money I made last month, but you probably shouldn't believe screenshots. People fake that stuff. So here's my actual Stripe account. You can see $22,000 last month in December, just helping local business owners get Google reviews. Feel free to check out reviewharvest.com, all the results. So you see, this is actually legit. This is the exact business that I do. I show all this to you so you know I'm not blowing hot smoke. This is actually something that I've done, and I want to help you out. And big disclaimer here, no snapshot's going to save your life. You're still going to have to figure out how it works, but in this video, I've made it as simple as possible. I've labeled all the snapshots. I've got sticky notes explaining what they do, and I made it as easy as possible to get started and understand how it all works. So here's what's covered in the snapshot. You'll get my personalized image review request system where we can auto-populate the end customer's name onto an image. Let's say you're working with a plumber and they serve Sally. After Sally's served, she'll get a review request with her name on an image of her technician or the business to get her attention and help you get more reviews. It's also completely custom valued out, so you can onboard clients in minutes, not hours, just by changing a couple values. You'll get my highest converting review request email and text templates. You'll get my automated tracking and monitoring system to know whether you need to redo the integration or whether the client's not getting enough reviews, so you can keep tabs and make sure nobody churns. I've also installed custom values throughout the snapshots to add your logo, your branding, your business name to make it your own snapshot in minutes. You'll also get the review request process that only captures 4- and 5-star reviews, and you'll get the custom review dashboard so you can see how many review requests are sending out and how many reviews you're getting. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing you'll see is this custom dashboard. This dashboard is tracking how many review requests are sent, how many people are active in the review request workflow, how many people click the link to leave a review, and how many people went through the whole entire workflow and didn't leave a review. And the cool thing is you can click on any of these numbers and it's going to give you a list of the contacts in that stage so the business owner can follow up with them if they haven't left your review. You'll also see this funnel so you can figure out what your review conversion rate is, and then you just have your Google business profile and a couple other random things in here. Like I've said, I've put a lot of custom values in the snapshot so you can onboard clients in minutes. If you go to settings and then custom values, you'll see we have all these custom values in here. You can put the client's information in here and they're onboarded and ready to roll without you having to make a bunch of custom changes. The very first custom value is the Google review link. You'll add the client's Google review link here. They'll click on Connect Google in your dashboard and connect their Google account. Once they connect their Google account, you'll click on Reviews, and then you'll click on Settings, and you'll click on Review Link, select the business page, and their Google review link will be right here. You'll copy that and put that in the custom values in the Google review link stage. The second thing is the logo link. Make sure you grab their logo and make it 400 by 160 pixels or move the background so it looks good. And so you see, here's an example link. You'll just upload their logo to the media storage section of the sub account, and then you'll grab this link. And if you check it out, you can see the link looks good. That's what's going to show up on the emails, on the email review requests, and a couple other places. If you go back down to the custom values, you'll see that we have the personalized image here. This is that personalized image review request I was talking about. You go to niftyimages.com, create a new personalized image. Once you create the image, you just grab the link right here and you copy this and then paste it into this field. After the equal sign, you add curly bracket, contact dot first underscore name, curly bracket. What that's going to do, it's going to automatically add that contact's name to the image using that merge field. The fourth custom value here puts in the business owner's name. So this is the business owner name we'll use in the text and emails saying, hey, this is Clay. And then the fifth one is the business name. So, hey, this is Clay with ABC Business. So you want to add the business owner name, the business's name. And then the sixth custom value is basically the sending domain you're sending these emails from. So under email services, you'll see what domain you're sending out these emails from. And you just want to make sure this matches. This way you don't have to go into each sub account and make sure it's consistent. So you see r.reviewharvest.com right here. And we check the custom values. That's what we have in this custom value. The seventh custom value allows you to create a setting where you can be notified if they don't send a certain number of review requests in 14 days. So this is an example of when you're just going to any other affiliate or YouTube videos, reputation management snapshot, they haven't thought about stuff like this because they haven't serviced 175 clients helping them get Google reviews. One thing that becomes a pain is making sure that customers are adding contacts or that the integration is working and that review requests are actually going out. This setting allows you to put a number here, and if they haven't sent out this number of review requests in the last 14 days, you will be notified to make sure the integration is working or to make sure that they're adding contacts consistently. The eighth custom value here is showing how many times you should follow up for a review. So this is going to depend on the client and how aggressive they want to be for reviews. If they want to follow up 2-3 times, you can set that here. If you never want to follow up for a review, you can set this to 0. The 9th custom value is counting how many review requests they've sent out, so you don't want to touch that. And the 10th custom value, you can either put yes or no. If you put yes, if the client has already left a review, they'll be requested to leave a referral. If you put no, they won't be requested to leave a referral if they've already left a review. Once you get down to all these other custom values, these are where you put your business information in so you can customize this snapshot to be your branding, your logo, your business name in minutes and don't have to go in and manually have to change everything a bunch of times. So these custom values are basically the brain of the snapshot where you can control how many review requests you want to send out, the logo, the branding, that type of stuff, without manually having to go into each workflow and change stuff every time you onboard a new client. So I showed you the dashboard. This dashboard is tracking based off the pipeline. And so this pipeline is going to be automatically configured just based off what's happening in the workflows. So you don't have to do anything. This is just automatically tracking it. So now let's dive into the review request templates. So if we go to Social Planner, this is going to say marketing for you. But if you click on emails and templates, you can see in here you'll have all these review request templates. And so honestly, one of the highest converting ones is just a plain text email. And so we have a plain text email in here that's custom valued out. You don't have to edit it every time. It's just going to be in here. And then under automation, this is where all the magic happens. We have it all tucked away in a nice little folder for review request workflows. I'll go through each one briefly, what each one of them does. The review reactivation workflow is basically you just got a client, they gave you their client list, and now we want to get them 50 to 100 reviews up front to get them a big win so they stick with you for a long time. So if we dive into this workflow, you can see I've got sticky notes basically going over what all this means and what it's doing. This workflow is meant to reactivate their customer list and get them a bunch of reviews. The first message that goes out is this SMS where we use the personalized image. And so that personalized image link that you set in the custom values is automatically populated here, so you don't have to change anything. This review request just says, hey, the contact's first name. This is the business owner name with business name. Would you mind leaving us a review? We really appreciate it. Here's the link. I'm going to show you how we filter these Google reviews so you can only direct 4- and 5-star reviews to Google and not the other ones. A lot of times in other snapshots, you'll see people have a workflow where people have to respond. How was your experience? 1 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars, whatever. Based off of what they say in that first text, they send the Google review link or an internal form to leave feedback. The problem with that is you get a much lower review conversion rate because the prospect has to respond and you get a lot of people to drop off instead of just clicking a link and leaving a review right away. And then you can see here we have our review request email automatically added and we follow up with one more text and email 2 days later if they haven't left a review, and then one email 3 days later. And so if at any point, if they click the link to leave a review, they won't be requested again. In the settings of this workflow, we have stop on response turned on. So if they engage, they respond, they're not going to be followed up with more. And then we have the custom values for the business name and the business owner email in here automatically, so you don't have to come in here and set those manually every time you get a new client. The second workflow is the review request workflow for ongoing service where you get integrated with their system. If you need to know how to integrate with their systems to automatically send their customers in here to request a review, that's really the key to automate this whole process. I have a video on that talking about CRM integrations. You can check that out up above. But basically what's happening here is once a tag is added to that contact, it's going to check have they left a review or not. If they have left a review, it's going to come in here and says, do you want to request referrals? Once again, that's going back to that custom value saying, do you want to request referrals? If you do, it'll come down here and request a referral. But if they haven't left a review, it's going to go down. It's going to count the amount of reviews you're sending out. It's going to update the dashboard. And then it's going to send out that personalized image review requests and an email as well. Then it's taken to another filter where it's saying how many times you want to follow up. This is once again, set the custom values. So if you want to follow up once, it's going to send one more review request. If you want to follow up 2 times or 3 times, it's going to send the respective amount of follow-ups. So the third workflow should always be published. And what this is doing, if at any point a contact clicks the link to leave a review, we're updating the tracking dashboard so that we know they've clicked the link to leave a review, and we're adding the tag to their contact and removing them from the workflows, not being followed up with constantly. It's a very hard thing to do. It's hard to figure out exactly who left a review. So if they click that link to leave a review, we just assume that they've left a review. We don't want to follow up more. The fourth workflow here is optional. Basically, I don't want my clients to have to log in and manually check their email and text to make sure none of their clients are asking for service. If somebody responds, we want to respond and say, hey, we don't have access to your reply. That way, it redirects them back to their website or their main phone number so that nothing's slipping through the cracks and our client doesn't have to log in and check this stuff. This keeps customer support really low because nobody's trying to figure out how to respond to leads. If they included any negative language whatsoever, we put them on Do Not Disturb because we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to keep following up. We don't want to annoy them. The fifth workflow here is optional. If you have a client that is manually adding contacts every day or every week or uploading a CSV file every time, we don't want them to have to add a tag or add them to a specific workflow. We just want those contacts to automatically be requested to leave a review. So if a contact's created, it's going to go ahead and add them to the review request workflow. This is also handy if they have a QuickBooks integration so that when a new client has been sent an invoice in QuickBooks and it creates a contact in here, we can go ahead and add them to the review request workflow. You'll see on the QuickBooks integration, you can just click on Send Review Request when an invoice is sent. The problem is that's working with the native review request function. If you go to Reviews and you go to Settings, you see they have a native review request email and SMS feature. The problem is we can't send our personalized images through here, so we don't use it. When you click on that checkbox for yes, send a review request once an invoice goes out with the QuickBooks integration, it's not actually sending a request. So when the contact's created, we automatically add them to the review request workflow, so they're getting requested to leave a review. The sixth workflow here is also optional. What this is doing is when you get a new phone number in HighLevel, you can only send out 100 segments per day. We're going to want to send out more text message segments than 100. And when you send 100, it's going to put you on a 24-hour quarantine when you can't send any more text. So what this is doing is when we're setting up this account before we even have a client, we ramp up the phone number automatically up to 250 segments a day so we can send out more review requests. You can also reach out to support, give them location ID, and they'll increase your sending limit manually. So the seventh workflow is if you embed a chat widget or a pop-up form on their website and you want to deliver those leads to them. We don't want them logging in, having to respond to the leads. We have to train them on how to use the system. That opens up a whole world of support requests. So if they get a lead, we just want to email it and text it to them so they know that we got them a lead. And that's all this workflow does. The eighth workflow is if you're using the review filter page. What happens is if somebody says they had a negative experience, instead of taking them to Google, it takes them to an internal form where they can submit their feedback. And this is automatically sending that negative feedback to the client directly instead of posting it on Google. This ninth workflow is just tracking the pending reviewers to non-reviewers. If somebody went through the whole workflow and didn't leave a review, we want to track that and update the pipeline and tracking automatically. So that workflow is not super important, but you want it published. The 10th workflow is just counting how many review requests we've sent out. And the 11th workflow is checking to see, did they send out as many review requests as you want them to? If not, it's going to notify them and you that they're not adding enough customers. If they're not adding customers to the system, you're not going to get reviews and they're not going to stay forever. This way, you can sleep better at night knowing that if they're not getting reviews, you'll automatically be notified. And the 12th workflow is adding a contact to Do Not Disturb if somebody adds a tag or something like that. So now let me show you how the review filter page works. If we go to Sites and we go to Review Faces, we can go ahead and preview this funnel. So instead of sending them a direct review link to leave a review, we can take them to this page. It says, how was your experience with ABC Business? This is pulling from the custom values. This logo is pulling from the custom values. And this link right here to take them to leave a Google review is also pulling from the custom values. So it's all completely automated. This funnel is automatically set up when you onboard a client. If they click on the green smiley face, it's taking them to leave a Google review. If they click on the yellow or the red, it's taking them to an internal page to leave internal feedback that's just emailed to the client. And to remain more compliant, we do have the option down here where they can leave a public review. That's going to take them to that Google review page. By default, we do not recommend using the review filter page. We like to just send them directly to Google. It gets the most amount of reviews. But if you do want to use that, all you have to do is you just click on the preview page, you grab this preview link right here, and then you go to the marketing tab, and then you go to trigger links. And all you're doing is you're going to change the Google review link email and SMS to this preview link. So you can go ahead and change it here and save it. That way, when they click on that link in the text or email, it's taking them to that page to figure out whether they had a good experience or not, instead of directing them directly to Google to leave a review. So all you have to do is just add that preview page here, and you're good to go. And if you click on marketing and then you go to emails and templates, you can also see we have all of these review request templates that you can use and peel through if you have different offers. Like we donate a meal to Feeding America for every single customer that leaves a review for our clients. We cover that, we track that, we manage it. And so we have all those templates in here if you want to play around with what email review request you're sending out. These templates do have logos and images on them. Sometimes they're popping up and saying, hey, do you want to show the images? And so it kind of looks weird. That's why this plain text email sometimes gets the best conversion rate, just because it's very casual, very clean, and it's all custom valued out, so you don't have to change a thing. The two more things we set up for our clients that aren't necessarily included in the snapshot, because there's no way to set these as default, is if you go to reviews and then you go to settings and the reviews AI, you can automatically respond to all their reviews. We only like to respond to the positive reviews and let our clients manage the negative reviews. We wait about 9 minutes It takes a while for the reviews to get in the dashboard, so it's really going to end up being like a couple hours. And then you can just save that so that all the reviews are responded to automatically. The other thing we do is go to Social Planner and you connect all their social media accounts. You can connect their Instagram, Facebook, Google Business Profile, etc. And then you can click on New Post here and automatically post all their Google reviews to their Facebook story, their Instagram story, and you can change the background and make it look good. So we only want to do 5-star reviews. We'll select where the reviews are coming from. In that case, you would do Google if the Google Business Profile is connected, and then you could automatically post all their 5-star reviews on social media. When we're selling these clients, we tell them, hey, we're going to request reviews, respond to all your reviews with Reviews AI, and purpose all these reviews into social media content and post them for you. So you can create a custom review widget for them. I think this default one looks really ugly, but if you change it to masonry or grid, it looks a lot better. And so once you have actually your Google Business Profile connected, you'll be able to see this review widget and they can grab this code and they can paste it on their website. Do that. That's the exact snapshot that makes me over $22,000 per month. If you made it this far, I imagine you probably want to do the same thing and start a very simple business where you can make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 per month just helping local business owners get reviews, and you want access to the snapshot. So let me show you how to get access to the snapshot for free. The first thing you want to do is go down to the link in the description and sign up to HighLevel with my affiliate link. What that does is give you a 30-day extended trial and access to my community where we have 330 people doing the same thing. We're one of the top communities on the platform, and we're always helping one another out in here. We have 3 coaching calls per week where we hop on, I answer any questions if you get stuck. We also have a classroom where I show you my onboarding call recordings, my sales call recordings, how to set up the snapshot, how to sell clients, the whole 9 and how I set up this business. I give away everything. And I also have a bunch of new bonuses coming out for anybody that signs up with my affiliate link, where I'm giving you a website template, I'm giving you my emails that I send out, my follow-ups. And if you're already on the $497 plan of HighLevel, no worries. You can just sign up directly with the community link down below in the description. If you like this video and it was helpful to you, check out this video where I go over my exact sales process and sales script on how I closed over 200 reputation management clients in the last 18 months. Enjoy.